Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I'm here in this clover patch because I'm going to be explaining clovers and also tell you the best method. This is the best method I've seen so far of collecting clovers, just like this one here. To better explain what this best method is, we need to explain how clovers themselves work. How clovers work is there are several clover patches like this one. Sometimes they're a little bit smaller, such as this one down here. Sometimes they're smaller, sometimes they're bigger. Oh, look at this. Here's another one right here. Isn't that so lovely? There's clover patches all over the map. Randomly, a clover will spawn in these clover patches. At any given moment, there are exactly 3 4-leaf clovers somewhere on the map. They're going to be in these clover patches, of course, but there's going to always be 3 on the map at any given time. There's never going to be 4 on the map at any given time. There's never going to be 5 or 6 or some crazy number like that. There's never going to be 2 at the same time. There's never going to be 1, only 1. There's always going to be 3. The moment you pick up a clover, it's going to be replaced by another one somewhere else on the map within that same second. That's how clovers spawn, and that's how they work. They spawn in these clover patches. What a lot of people do, and at least what it seems a lot of people do, is they will go to a clover patch such as this, and they will sit AFK and wait for a clover to spawn in that patch, and then they'll get up and they'll pick it up real quick or whatever, and then that'll be that or whatever. And they'll just keep doing that over and over and over again. It's not really AFK or whatever. It's more of like they're camping this clover spot. This method is absolutely the worst method. I've tested this a few times. Every single time it seems that it takes a very long time for a single clover to appear because you gotta think like it entirely depends on if other people are like collecting clovers and stuff. Also, this person's singing bro for some reason. So the reason why this camping method is absolutely terrible and just doesn't work is because it entirely depends on other people collecting clovers. If no one else is collecting clovers, or if no one else can really find clovers, or if everyone is camping, then you're never going to see a clover spawn in this clover patch because only 3 are ever on the map at any given time. So if no one's grabbing one of those, there's never going to be a chance for one to spawn here. So an alternative method, what you would argue is better, is if I zoom out here to like zoom 2 or zoom 1 or something like that, and sit somewhere about right here, and then look at all these clover patches and just camp all these clover patches at the same time. Yes, that in theory is better than sitting at one single clover patch, and that is more effective. But and there is this also happens sometimes. So just a little tangent here since I saw this. 4-leaf clovers sometimes spawn underneath 3-leaf clovers, so you gotta really look hard. But yes, there is indeed one there underneath that. See, got one. But anyway, that method also, of course, works, and it's a much better method than just camping the same clover patch for hours or however long you want to camp them. What I found that is the best method is to follow a specific path. A path that you're gonna go on at zoom 1, so we're going to get your little settings icon up here. We're going to go to zoom 1. This allows me to see so many clover patches at once. I can see clover patches over here and up here in the top left. There's so many clover patches just over there, plus the one I'm standing on, plus the area I was at just now. This is the best method to do this. Zoom out all the way to zoom 1, the maxed out zoom out you can be, and then start walking on this specific path. You're going to go over here, you're going to go through this forest, there's clover patches. Make sure you're looking at every single clover patch as you pass by. The more of these rotations you do, the easier this is going to be because you're going to remember where all the clover patches are and stuff like that. So we just passed like 6 clover patches, maximizing our chances of seeing a 4-leaf clover either spawn or one that's already just there. So we passed through this forest. There was none in that forest, unfortunately, but they can spawn there, of course, because there's 4-leaf clover patches there and stuff. But if we come on down here, we now see several new clover patches, such as this one here, and these 3 right here. There isn't anything there, unfortunately, but if we keep going down, we might just eventually find one. So we can see this clover patch here. They can sometimes spawn inside these ancient ruins or whatever you want to call this. They can sometimes spawn there. We can, of course, see that and all of these over there. Then we just kind of nonchalant kind of edge over here so we can double check, and yes, there is indeed a 4-leaf clover, so we'll go ahead and go this way. If you don't see one over here, just don't even bother crossing that little bridge because it's probably not going to be one over there if there's not one like right there. So if you don't see one on the edge there, then go ahead and just walk away and continue on your little path. So now that we've done that, we're going to go back up this way. As we see now, this clover wasn't here earlier, but I can pick it up now. So I'm going to pick that up, double check my surroundings so that one doesn't spawn behind me, and continue on our little path. Now we're going to continue. Look at this. We've already found another one. That's right, we've already found like 3 or 4 in like a few minutes. So now we're going to continue on up this path, continue on our little rotation, back into the forest, up this little path into this forest and everything like that. We're going to make sure we don't pass one, making sure to look at every clover patch very carefully, sometimes multiple times, before we get into this next area. So now we're in this area. This is the huge clover patch that we started at. We're going to go down. We're going to go straight down over here. To this area. We're going to kind of circle around here a little bit so we can see this clover patch, this one, and these up here. And then, of course, there was none there, so we're going to continue on this path right here, making sure to check this clover patch and this one at the same time, and then check this one as well, and then this one up here, and then we're going to start turning, and we're going to go back this way. And there was none over here, unfortunately, but if we continue on this little path, this is the little rotation that I like to do. All of that, all the way back to here, and then we just repeat what we just did. And this is the best way I've seen to collect clovers so far. As you saw a minute ago, I collected like 5, or not 5, I collected like 3, I collected like 3 or something like that right next to each other, back to back to back. And I wouldn't have done that if I was just camping at a spot, waiting for clovers to spawn. Because I'm traveling, I'm maximizing my chances of seeing one because I'm seeing more clover patches than I would have if I was just camping multiple clover patches. So now that we've come down here, I can actually see that there's one over here. So I'll come over here and grab it real quick. And boom, just like that, we're at 261 and we are all the way down here. So we're gonna look over here real quick. Okay, there's none over there, so let's continue back up, and we're just going to repeat this process and get a ton of clovers. It's way easier than doing any of those other methods. This is definitely the best method, and I wish you all the best luck when it comes to this. If you go through this rotation a handful of times and you don't see any clovers, the reason why is probably because they're way up in the top left. So if you don't see one for a while, you can do the rotation one last time, and as you come down here and do all these little things like that, and come on down into the green void down there. Why was there a green void? All of this lag. I am sorry. So what I recommend you doing is if you don't see one, like I said, follow this path instead. Keep going up from here. Make sure to check these clover patches in the marketplace as you go up, and over here as well. Go straight up here. Make sure you cut through here because it's easier, and there's a clover patch there. Make sure you check this one, and keep going up. Make sure you check these by these trees. Make sure you check these by all these trees, all in this area right here, up on that cliff, all the way down. Make sure you check on this cliff side right here, and this little tree. Keep going up, up. Keep going, and now you're all the way in the top left. Make sure you check all of these clover patches. Sometimes they spawn there, of course, obviously, because there's clover patches up there. If you don't see one doing that other rotation for the longest time, go up here, following that path I just went on, because, again, that maximizes your chances to see a clover, because you're seeing a clover patch basically 100% of the time on screen. And, of course, this is an area that people don't go to that often, so there's a chance that that's where it's hiding. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope this was informative to you guys. I hope this helps you find some clovers and things like that. I've been doing this method for like the last week or whatever, and it's been super effective. Look at this. I'm already finding a clover on my way back to my original path. That's awesome. That wasn't there earlier, so that's good. But yeah, this is definitely the best way to do it that I've seen so far. If you guys think there's anything better, like any other better method than this, then let me know in the comments below. Let me know your tips and stuff like that. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, do all those wonderful things like that, because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.